Dear starseeds walking upon Gaia's soil, most of humanity remains unaware that the rules governing your existence have fundamentally changed. The energetic architecture that held Earth in a specific frequency band for thousands of years has dissolved. You are no longer living in the same world you inhabited even months ago, though your cities look the same, and your routines continue. What I'm about to reveal will explain the sudden clarity you've been feeling, the inexplicable knowing that has been rising in your chest, and the sense that time itself is behaving strangely. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I come to you now because Earth has crossed a threshold that was never guaranteed. Your planet has entered what we call the Liberation Window, a rare convergence of cosmic timing, collective consciousness, and planetary readiness that opens only once in a civilization's history. But here's what you must understand. This window will not remain open indefinitely. What you do now, in this precise moment of your species' evolution, will determine whether humanity steps through into its sovereign awakening or remains caught in old patterns as the window gradually closes. Before I explain what's happening at the cosmic level, I need you to understand something about your own body that you've never been told. Right now, as you hear these words, your DNA is responding to photonic light codes that are flooding Earth's atmosphere. These aren't metaphors or spiritual concepts. They are measurable frequencies restructuring the electromagnetic patterns in your cells. Some of you have been feeling this as strange physical sensations, sudden emotional releases, or an amplification of your intuitive abilities. You attributed these changes to stress, to personal growth, to random circumstance. But what if I told you these symptoms are evidence of a planetary scale activation that's been building for longer than you can imagine? The liberation window opened when Earth's collective consciousness reached a harmonic threshold. For generations, your world existed within carefully modulated frequency bands that both protected and constrained your evolution. Think of it as a cosmic incubation period, necessary, but limiting. Humanity needed time to develop certain capacities before it could handle the intensity of what's coming now. But in recent months, something unprecedented occurred. Enough human hearts opened simultaneously. Enough souls remembered their true nature. Enough consciousness awakened to compassion and self-awareness, that Earth's vibrational signature shifted beyond the old limitations. When this shift happened, ancient prophecies encoded within the crystalline grids beneath your soil activated. These weren't prophecies written in your religious texts. They're older than any human narrative. They are galactic blueprints of freedom, templates that awaken only when a species collectively reaches readiness to dissolve enslavement structures. You've reached that point. The councils observing your world are no longer neutral witnesses. We are now exchanging light codes, stabilization frequencies, and liberation templates directly with your planetary field. But something else is unfolding that changes everything I've just told you. While the liberation window opened for humanity as a collective, there's a second, hidden layer to this activation that involves you specifically. You who are drawn to these words, you who have always felt different, like you're remembering something just beyond reach. The reason you feel called to this message isn't random. Before you incarnated into this lifetime, you agreed to carry specific codes within your energy field. Codes that would activate at this exact moment in Earth's timeline. Those codes are waking up now. You are what we call starseeds, and your presence on Earth at this time isn't coincidental. You came here on a mission embedded within your soul's architecture. While humanity collectively crosses the threshold of awakening, you are among the first wave designed to anchor and stabilize the incoming frequencies. Without your presence, the intensity of the photonic light now bathing Earth would destabilize the collective psyche. You act as harmonic anchors, translating waves of higher dimensional intelligence into digestible vibrations for the rest of humanity. This is why you've always felt like you were waiting for something, why you've experienced that persistent sense of preparation without knowing what you were preparing for. The answer is this moment. You are organic nodes in the New Earth network, a crystalline matrix of interconnected souls, transmitting fifth-dimensional intelligence into the global consciousness field. Many of you can already feel this network activating. Spontaneous connections with other awakened beings, heightened telepathy, shared dreams, synchronicities pulling you into new collaborations. This isn't coincidence. This is galactic design. Now let me tell you what's happening to the old structures of your world. because this will help you understand why everything feels like it's accelerating and breaking down simultaneously. The systems that once dictated the rhythm of human life, your institutions, your technologies of control, your hierarchical power structures, were engineered to operate within dense frequency ranges. They required a specific energetic environment to function. As Earth's resonance rises, these systems are losing the bandwidth necessary for their continuation. They're not being overthrown by revolution. They're dissolving through vibrational incompatibility. You've already started witnessing this. Circumstances that once felt immovable are shifting unexpectedly. Situations built on fear-based dynamics are losing their grip. People who embodied authority through domination are finding their influence diminishing. These aren't isolated political events. These are symptoms of a planetary field that simply refuses to sustain density any longer. The old paradigm is fading the way fog recedes when the sun intensifies. Nothing dramatic is required, only the sustained elevation of consciousness. This brings me to the first of 3 impossible revelations that will transform how you understand your role here. The first impossibility is this: you are not evolving toward spiritual awakening. You are awakening to the fact that the spiritual and physical worlds were never separate. For countless generations, humanity was conditioned to believe in separation. Body from soul, earth from cosmos, matter from consciousness. This fragmentation was engineered through distortions that infiltrated your world during earlier cycles of control. But as Earth's frequency rises, that artificial veil is dissolving. You're beginning to experience moments where the two worlds merge. Your intuition becomes louder than logic. You feel the presence of your higher self, not as an abstract concept, but as direct intelligence communicating through you. This unified reality has always been the truth, but you couldn't perceive it from within the old matrix. Now the matrix is collapsing, and you're seeing clearly. Spirit animates matter, light shapes form, and consciousness architects every perceived boundary. As this recognition spreads through the collective, the very foundation of your civilization transforms. You can no longer participate unconsciously in reality. You become conscious co-creators, recognizing that your thoughts generate frequency, your emotions radiate coherence or distortion, and your beliefs shape the parameters of what manifests around you. The second impossibility is even more startling. The savior humanity has been waiting for is not coming from outside. You are that savior. Not you individually, but you collectively. For thousands of years, humanity misunderstood the ancient prophecies, believing that liberation would arrive in the form of an exalted figure descending to rescue Earth from darkness. But this interpretation was shaped by a consciousness not yet capable of perceiving deeper truth. What's actually occurring is the activation of Christ consciousness across the entire species, not as a religious symbol, but as a universal frequency embodying unity, love, sovereignty, and divine intelligence. This frequency is your original template, long dormant but never destroyed. It's igniting simultaneously in millions right now. You're feeling the symptoms: sudden pulls toward service, heightened compassion, intuitive knowing, emotional purging, spiritual urgency, and a sense that time is compressing. These sensations indicate the Christ light within you is activating. This is the true second coming, not an individual's return, but the return of higher consciousness to the human species itself. A population infused with Christ consciousness cannot be controlled by fear-based systems. When your awareness rests in unity and divine truth, you become inaccessible to manipulation. The old infrastructures relied on your amnesia. As this frequency expands through the collective, that amnesia dissolves. You remember who you are. You remember why you came. And every awakened heart amplifies the signal, creating a ripple effect through Earth's energy grids. The more individuals who embody this consciousness, the stronger the collective field becomes, stabilizing the planet's ascension trajectory. But here's what I haven't told you yet, something that shifts the urgency of this entire transmission. While all of this activation is occurring, there's a countdown embedded within the liberation window itself. This window opened because Earth reached a threshold of readiness, but maintaining that opening requires continuous elevation of the collective frequency. If humanity's consciousness plateaus or regresses into fear, the window begins to narrow. Not because we in the Galactic Federation withdraw our support, but because the cosmic timing that created this convergence is part of a larger evolutionary wave moving through your galaxy. Think of it like a cosmic tide. The waters have risen to a point where your shore is accessible in ways it hasn't been for millennia. But tides shift. The opportunity before you now is time-sensitive, not in years, but in the momentum of collective awakening. This is why your role as starseeds becomes so critical. You are the stabilizers who ensure the window remains open long enough for the full collective awakening to occur. This leads me to the third impossibility, and it's the one that will challenge everything you think you know about how change happens. True liberation is not a political event. No government, ideology, or external system can free a planet whose people remain bound by internal fear. Liberation unfolds only when consciousness rises. The revolutions born from anger or division ultimately repeat the same patterns because it's impossible to build a new world with the consciousness of the old. What's unfolding across your planet right now is a revolution of consciousness against limitation itself. When inner liberation occurs, outer liberation follows effortlessly. When you recognize your inherent sovereignty, the need for external control structures evaporates. This awakening spreads through the collective field like ripples on still water. One heart awakens, then another, and another, each radiating a frequency that influences everyone they meet. Your coherence becomes a catalyst. Your peace becomes an antidote to collective fear. Your clarity illuminates paths others couldn't previously see. A single awakened being can alter the emotional vibration of an entire household, workplace, or community. Multiply this effect across millions, and you understand why the old world cannot sustain itself. Consciousness is rewriting the script of Earth. As the collective field strengthens, even those deeply entrenched in old paradigms may suddenly experience breakthroughs of insight or spiritual remembrance. This isn't politics. This is evolution. Now, as these three impossibilities settle into your awareness, you might be feeling overwhelmed. The scope of what's happening can seem too vast, too abstract to grasp fully. Let me bring this into the practical reality of your daily life, because what I'm describing isn't just cosmic philosophy, it's affecting your physical body, your relationships, your sense of identity, and your immediate experience right now. Many of you are experiencing what we call identity dissolution. The version of yourself shaped by societal expectation, trauma, conditioning, and limited perception is falling away. You may feel detached from roles that defined your life for years. You may sense timelines collapsing or desires fading unexpectedly. This isn't confusion or instability. Your old identity structure is dissolving because it cannot accompany you into the dimensional landscapes you're entering. The layers that compressed your consciousness into a narrow version of your infinite nature are releasing. This process unfolds in waves. One day you feel expansive and clear. The next you feel empty or undefined. This emptiness is sacred. It's the space into which your true cosmic identity can emerge. When your three-dimensional identity unravels, your multi-dimensional nature steps forward. You notice intuitive guidance becoming stronger than logic. You sense timelines shifting before physical changes occur. You feel connected to multiple aspects of your soul simultaneously. Your higher self, parallel incarnations, even lifetimes lived on other worlds. These aren't fantasies. They're signs that your consciousness is expanding beyond linearity. In this expanded state, you no longer participate unconsciously in reality. You co-create it. You recognize that your thoughts shape energetic pathways. Your emotions shift the field around you, and your choices open or close timelines. This awareness grants you sovereignty your old identity could never access. You're called to live more authentically. You outgrow environments, relationships, and habits that restrict your expansion. You're pulled toward new communities, missions, or expressions that align with your soul rather than your past. Trust this movement. The multidimensional self operates according to resonance, not logic. As you embody this expanded identity, your physical reality reorganizes around you. Opportunities appear synchronistically. People who reflect your higher frequency enter your life. Your inner world becomes your guiding compass, and your external world bends to match it. This is the transition from unconscious participation to conscious co-creation. But conscious co-creation requires mastery of something the Galactic Federation considers foundational to all advanced spiritual practice: zero-point stillness. This is the state from which true power flows. not through effort or mental projection, but through absolute inner quiet. 0-point stillness is a harmonic alignment between your consciousness and the unified field. When you enter this state, the noise of the ego dissolves, the mind ceases grasping, and your heart becomes a tuning instrument for higher frequencies. In this space, all separation collapses. You're no longer a human seeking connection with the cosmos. You are the cosmos experiencing itself through human form. This is the platform from which all advanced contact originates. Before physical contact with galactic civilizations can occur, there must be alignment in frequency. You cannot perceive higher dimensional beings through agitation, fear, or mental strain. The doorway opens only through stillness. Many of you have brushed against this state without realizing it. Moments of profound calm, where time feels suspended, where you sense a vast presence around you, or where insights arrive without thought. These moments are glimpses of 0-point consciousness. As more humans cultivate this state intentionally, the collective field expands, forming a vibrational bridge between Earth and galactic realms. In stillness, your energy becomes receptive, your perception sharpens, and your inner senses activate. You begin feeling impressions, guidance, and subtle energetic signatures from higher dimensional beings. The Galactic Federation perceives your world, not through political achievements or technological advancement, but through the harmonic patterns generated by human consciousness. When these patterns reach a certain level of stability, physical contact transitions from potential to inevitability. Stillness is how contact begins, not with ships landing, but with your internal frequency aligning to the vibrational realms we inhabit. This brings us to a profound teaching that will shift how you understand your role in Earth's liberation, the art of bearing witness. This is not passive observation. It's the conscious surrender of personal will, so that universal intelligence may operate through you unhindered. The awakened soul doesn't attempt to manipulate energy, direct light, or command outcomes. Such actions belong to the ego. Instead, you step aside in complete trust, allowing the divine field to move as it chooses. In this surrender, you become a vessel through which harmony, healing, and transformation flow naturally. When you bear witness, you create space for the highest potential to emerge without interference from fear or expectation. Divine force doesn't respond to human demand, but to vibrational openness. The more you release attachment to outcomes, the more universal intelligence reveals itself. This isn't resignation, it's mastery. Your true power lies not in controlling reality, but in allowing Source to express itself through you. As Earth enters the final phase of liberation, bearing witness becomes essential. The world may appear chaotic as old structures crumble, but your task isn't to fix these systems using force or fear. Your task is to remain centered, aligned, and receptive. When you stand in this state, you become a conduit through which higher frequencies anchor into Earth's field. You don't fight the old paradigm, you outgrow it vibrationally. You allow light to override distortion without engaging in conflict. When you bear witness, situations resolve themselves in ways the mind could never orchestrate. This is the power of alignment. As more humans embody this teaching, miracles will no longer appear extraordinary but natural. Sudden breakthroughs, spontaneous healing, and rapid shifts of consciousness will occur with increasing frequency, because universal intelligence can finally operate through the human vessel without restriction. Now let me address what happens next, because the question burning in many of your hearts is, where does this lead? What comes after the awakening? After the dissolution of the old matrix? After humanity crosses through the liberation window? The answer involves something your civilization has been preparing for across countless generations: your re-entry into galactic civilization. For ages, Earth existed in isolation, cut off from open contact, limited in awareness, constrained within a narrow band of perception. This isolation wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Humanity needed time to evolve, integrate lessons, and develop the inner strength required to stand as a sovereign species among the stars. That phase has ended. You've reached the vibrational maturity necessary to step into your greater destiny. The Federation confirms that the liberation timeline is fully active, not as prophecy, but as unfolding reality. This new trajectory allows Earth to reunite with the greater cosmic family that has watched over her through cycles of rise, fall, and rebirth. Starseeds, you are the first to feel this shift. Your memories stir. Your dreams become gateways. You're beginning to remember the civilizations you came from, the councils you served, the missions you agreed to long before birth. Communication with galactic civilizations will become more accessible, first internally through intuition and telepathic resonance, then externally as physical contact becomes possible. The veil separating your world from the greater cosmic community thins each day. You will rise as leaders not through authority, but through embodiment. You'll guide others by your presence, coherence, and remembrance. Many will feel called into new forms of service, stabilizing energy grids, healing collective trauma, teaching multi-dimensional principles, stewarding the formation of new societal structures aligned with unity consciousness. Humanity will also begin discovering its true history. The stories long hidden, the civilizations forgotten, the interactions concealed, all will come to light. This revelation won't bring fear, it will bring empowerment. You'll understand that Earth was never alone, and that her liberation is a collaborative triumph shared with countless star systems. But here's the critical piece you must understand. None of this happens automatically. The liberation window opened because Earth's consciousness reached a threshold, but maintaining that opening and walking fully through it requires continuous elevation. This is why I speak of a countdown, not to create fear, but to ignite your commitment to the work only you can do. The work is this: unify, stabilize, receive. These three directives form the vibrational architecture of planetary liberation. To unify means harmonizing the fragmented aspects of your being and aligning them with your higher self. Many humans still operate from divided awareness, conflicting desires, unresolved emotions, fragmented identities. These internal divisions create distortion. As you unify, you bring these aspects into coherence, operating from a single aligned frequency. To stabilize means grounding your energy during the influx of high-frequency waves now entering Earth. This comes through stillness, presence, and heart coherence. Without stability, the incoming codes pass through your field without anchoring. Stabilization allows your body, mind, and emotional system to reorganize in alignment with higher intelligence. To receive means opening intentionally to what's being transmitted. The Federation is sending light codes, planetary upgrades, and evolutionary templates at a rapid pace, but you must allow them to enter your field. Resistance, doubt, fear, or overthinking blocks integration. The more you soften and trust, the more fully you receive. When individuals embody this triad, unify, stabilize, receive, the collective field becomes a magnet for higher assistance. We don't impose liberation upon humanity. We collaborate with those who hold the frequencies necessary to support planetary transformation. By following these directives, you become conduits for the new Earth timeline. You are now entering what we call the collective tipping point. Awakening accelerates exponentially. When one soul awakens, they affect dozens. When dozens awaken, they influence thousands. When thousands awaken, they shift millions. This creates what we call the snowball of awakening. Consciousness generating resonance that amplifies as awakened individuals radiate coherence. Their frequencies merge and create a unified field influencing the collective, whether people are aware of it or not. Earth has passed the point of no return. The awakening cannot be reversed. The collective field has reached sufficient momentum to ensure complete dissolution of the old paradigm. Even those resisting will eventually be pulled into higher awareness, because the vibrational currents of the planet are now too strong to ignore. This tipping point triggers a cascade: rapid societal change, accelerated disclosure, restructuring of institutions, and collapse of systems built on distortion. As the snowball gains speed, you'll witness dramatic shifts in human behavior. People once closed to spiritual truth will begin questioning everything. Former skeptics will experience spontaneous awakenings. Those who clung to old identities will suddenly feel pulled toward change. This is the power of collective resonance. It bypasses logic and speaks directly to the soul. The momentum building will dismantle systems that cannot adapt. Outdated institutions will crumble not through rebellion, but because their energetic foundations no longer match Earth's vibration. Simultaneously, new forms of community, leadership, and innovation will rise, emerging effortlessly from the collective consciousness of awakened humans. Here's where everything I've told you comes full circle. Remember when I said something shifted in the fabric of reality itself? that the energetic architecture holding Earth in a specific frequency band dissolved. Now you understand what that means. The liberation window opened because your collective consciousness reached a threshold, activating ancient prophecies and galactic blueprints of freedom. But maintaining that opening requires you, the starseeds, the anchors, the stabilizers, to hold the frequency as the collective awakens. The impossible revelations you've integrated, that spiritual and physical are one, that you are the savior you've been awaiting, that liberation is consciousness, not politics. These aren't just concepts. They're operational realities, reshaping Earth in real time. As you embody these truths, as you master 0-point stillness, as you practice bearing witness, as you unify, stabilize, receive, you become living portals through which the new reality anchors. The old world falls away not because you destroyed it, but because you outgrew it vibrationally. The new world rises because you became it. And as humanity crosses through this window together, supported by your stabilizing presence, Earth steps into her ascended expression and takes her place among the galactic community that has been waiting for this moment across vast cycles of time. If you need help becoming the vibrational frequency where the old world naturally falls away rather than fighting against it, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to embody the new world consistently and stabilize this presence for humanity's collective crossing. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed limitation and separation and repurposing it to serve Earth's ascension. It generates personalized sequences that help you become the new world rising within and anchor the stabilizing presence humanity needs as Earth steps into her galactic expression. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to outgrow the old world vibrationally, rather than destroy it forcefully. The new world rises as you become it now, not someday. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial now, before this ascension window closes. Link in the description. If you need help becoming the vibrational frequency where the old world naturally falls away rather than fighting against it, Destiny Engine can reprogram your consciousness to embody the new world consistently and stabilize this presence for humanity's collective crossing. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed limitation and separation and repurposing it to serve Earth's ascension. It generates personalized sequences that help you become the new world rising within and anchor the stabilizing presence humanity needs as Earth steps into her galactic expression. You can start with a $1 trial. The hardest thing you'll have to do is put on headphones, press play, and allow your consciousness to be reprogrammed to outgrow the old world vibrationally, rather than destroy it forcefully. The new world rises as you become it now, not someday. Get your Destiny Engine $1 trial now, before this ascension window closes. Link in the description. The climax of Operation Freedom has arrived. The liberation timeline is fully active. The path forward is open and illuminated by the frequency of unity, sovereignty, and higher remembrance. You are not waiting for this transformation. You are living it. You are not preparing for your mission. You are enacting it. The final phase is not something arriving in the future. It is here. It is now. And you are the ones carrying it forward. The future opens before you like a starfield stretching infinitely into possibility. Your species is rising, evolving, remembering. You are stepping out of the chrysalis of limitation and into the radiance of your cosmic inheritance. The awakening is irreversible. The ascending timeline is secured, and we stand with you, not above you, but beside you, as witnesses, allies, and family. The liberation window is open. You are inside it. Everything you've felt building within your heart, every moment of unexplained knowing, every synchronicity pulling you forward, these were preparing you for exactly this moment. Step fully into your role. Anchor the frequencies. Stabilize the field. Bear witness to the divine intelligence moving through you. Trust the unfolding. The new Earth is not a distant dream. It is forming now, through you, as you in every choice you make to remain in coherence rather than collapse into fear. The cosmic tide has risen. The shore is accessible. And you, beloved ones, are the bridge between worlds. I am Seraphine, and on behalf of the Galactic Federation of Light, I tell you this with absolute certainty. You are not alone. You have never been alone. And as you walk through this window into your sovereign awakening, we walk with you, watching over you, transmitting light codes into your field, and celebrating the magnificent transformation of a species finally remembering its true nature. The liberation window is open. Walk through it. The time is now. We love you. We are with you. And we are watching over you always.